says a revival is coming to America, and we are seeing the fruition of what he had promised.
We will restore faith and family to the center of American life, and we will restore power to the people. Ladies and gentlemen, with your help and God's grace, the great revival of America begins on November 5th, 2024. It's a great revival.
Fox News is actively promoting the idea that businesses should be closed on Sunday to boost overall productivity. They argue that giving employees a consistent day of rest, Sunday, will lead to a higher energy levels, improved focus, and greater output during the rest of the work week. This translates to higher profits with a smaller payroll. May 24, 2025.
Most units of time are based on nature. A day is one rotation of the Earth. A month is the moon's orbit. A year is the Earth's path around the sun. But a week? There's no natural explanation for it. That's why ancient cultures define the week in vastly different ways. 4 days in West Africa, 10 in Egypt, 15 in China. In the 1930s, the Soviets tried to eliminate the 7-day week entirely, first replacing it with a 4-day week, and when that didn't work, with a 5-day week. The purpose? To, quote, facilitate the struggle to eliminate religion. They were at least right about the source. The 7-day week comes straight from the Bible. In Exodus, God commands, 6 days you shall work, and on the 7th you shall rest.
May 24, 2025. Why God and the Bible were right about your work schedule all along. Reading on to what Fox News is promoting, research shows productivity peaks at 55 hours. Exactly what's possible when ancient Sabbath command is followed. Dear friends, this is what they are proclaiming right now. These kinds of news are dangerous. Why? Listen carefully and put on your prophecy glasses. Fox News, among others, is now Rome's mouthpiece.
6 days you shall work, and on the 7th you shall rest. That short verse carries deep insight. First, it applies to everyone. Second, it treats work not as a necessity, but as a value. The Torah doesn't say work must be done, but that you shall work. The work itself matters. This work doesn't need to be paid. Volunteering and child rearing certainly count, so long as the activity is demanding, consistent, and productive.
He instantly quoted Exodus 34 verse 21. Friends, you cannot really trust Fox News to tell you what is God's holy day and be honest about it. The 7th day is Saturday. Sunday is the first day of the week. If Fox News will just do a simple cross-referencing on Exodus 34:21 to Luke 23:54, it was preparation day and the Sabbath was beginning. Jesus died on Friday, and the day after Friday is the Bible calls it the Sabbath day. Why preparation day? Because they are preparing for God's holy day, which is the Saturday. Fox News emphasized that the purpose of God's weekly rest is for productivity of work. While this seems harmless in the surface, this is grave error. The purpose and motivation of the weekly rest is to remember that Jesus created us and to cleanse His people from paganism. The Sabbath of God is the 7th day. Why? Because God rested on it. If you will proclaim that the first day of the week, Sunday, is the Sabbath of the Lord, is the rest of the Lord, you will have to recreate history in Genesis. Simply you cannot.
Another insight can be seen in the life of Joseph, the only person in the Torah to be called a success, which he is twice. once as a slave and once as a prisoner. His success is defined not by his title, but by how he approaches his work. Still, work must stop.
The Bible does not call God's holy day a Jewish tradition. Do you see what they're doing? They are playing on words and teaching error. Nowhere in the Bible it says Jewish Sabbath. Calling it a Jewish tradition is a result of irresponsible studying of the scriptures. The Sabbath is not a Jewish tradition. It is a commandment of God, written in stone to show its enduring nature. Exodus 20, verse 8 to 11. Dearest friends, soon this media network will ban the Adventist message. Soon these media networks will censor the three angels message. Soon these media networks will join forces to censor God's last day warning. They will silence the Adventists, exposing the false teachings of Rome and apostate Protestants. How? By encouraging businesses to close on Sundays under the guise of increasing productivity. Fox News has stepped outside the realm of objective journalism and into the territory of religious advocacy. Rather than reporting news and facts, the network is exalting Sunday as a sacred day of rest, an agenda historically promoted by the Roman Catholics and apostate Protestants. In doing so, Fox News is no longer acting as a media outlet but a mouthpiece promoting Rome's Sunday rest priorities. Have you ever heard about this trending news? Even among Gen Zs, the new awakening for 2025. According to the article, Why the Lord's Day is Capturing Hearts in 2025. A new awakening revealed. Pharmacare Network, a trusted source for health-related news and insight, featured an article April 27, 2025 by Dr. Susan, a clinical pharmacologist, titled Why the Lord's Day is Capturing Hearts in 2025. A new awakening revealed. MSN News, Yahoo News, they all shared the same article, being the mouthpiece of Rome, forcing the Sunday revolution.
All leisure or all work. It's 6 days of meaningful work, followed by a 7th day of sacred rest. For more on these topics, go to foxnews.com.
It's no wonder that Pope Leo, on his very first message, gives a warning about censoring any attack against Rome. And Rome's message is about bringing the world into Sunday observance and the Eucharist. They will ban the Adventists. They will ban and censor the three angels' message that will boil up and lead to persecution. In the Vatican, May 12, 2025, gathered to hear his message, and it's loud and it's more like a warning. His message was to disarm anyone who will speak against Rome.
This mission becomes ever more necessary. Let us disarm communication of all prejudice and resentment, fanaticism, and even hatred. Let us free it from aggression. We do not need loud, forceful communication.
I quote, "We do not need loud messages. There is only one church with the loud message, the Adventist Church. The loud message of Revelation 14, the three angels' message." Pope Leo undoubtedly will use his influence to silence the Adventist message and the Adventist media in the near future. The Vatican will flex its muscle and disarm the three angels' message preached by this movement. he already released it in front of the journalists from around the world and press to disarm any attack of any form against Rome. When Pope Leo was elected, the people chanted and shouted, USA, USA. Do you see something prophetic here? PBS.org says, Pope Leo and Trump are the most powerful Americans but lead in different roles and realms. May 13, 2025. The motto of one newly elected American leader, Trump, fight, fight, fight. The other introduced himself with his first public word as Pope, peace be with you. When they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them.
I don't think the fact that Cardinal Prevost was from the United States had much weight. I like the comment of the gentleman who just spoke. It should not startle us that we would look to Pope Leo as a bridge builder. That's what the Latin word pontiff means. He's a bridge builder. Will he want to build bridges to Donald Trump? I suppose, but he would want to build bridges with the leader of every nation. So I don't think at all my brother cardinals would have thought of him as a counterweight to any one person.
Reaction yesterday, people were chanting USA, USA in St. Peter's Square.
And very soon, within 10 days, he'll begin almost daily meeting with leaders of the world who will come for rather substantive discussions. I presume one of them down the line would be the President of the United States.
All of this is the fulfillment of the prophecy of John in Revelation 13 verse 3. It is only a matter of time before the growing calls for Sunday rest begin to take effect, shifting public opinion and policy toward a renewed reverence for Sunday observance. What once seemed like isolated efforts from news outlets like Fox News, economists, health experts, and pharma networks and religious leaders are now converging into a broader movement aimed at reinstating Sunday as the day of rest for all. As these voices gain momentum, the groundwork is being laid for a time when Sunday will once again be imposed, bringing Bible prophecy closer to its fulfillment. But we have a solemn response today. Kindly type in the comment section, we must proclaim the third angel's message. Thank you, dear friends. Kindly like and share this important prophecy update and continue to preach truth found in Bible prophecy.